So first off, Last of Us Episode 1, I thought it was...
Yo, relax!
Nah, you gotta think
like,
about it though.
Are you not listening? Like,
I don't agree.
Joel, I'm like, bro, what is she yelling for? Like,
no, she made it hot.
She said, Joel,
Bro, that was fire.
10 out of 10, greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I wouldn't say all that.
Listen, it is the best video game adaptation
Okay,
we have
that's
ever
better.
got.
That's better.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that first episode a lot more than a lot of TV shows. And it was an hour and a half, and I have no problem watching it again and again and again and again.
So first off, Last of Us Episode 1, I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was genius. And if it keeps up this pace, I think it's gonna go down as the best ever, I was gonna say comic book movie adaptation, best ever video game adaptation ever. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna get a whole bunch more. We're gonna get Fallout. We might be able to get Half-Life now. We've been asking for Half-Life for a minute. And J.J. Abrams, that's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that at the end. What else could we get? What's another thing with some really good story behind it? BioShock? What? Portal? Yeah. That's what I said. We'll get to that at the end. That's how I mentioned Half-Life with Valve. That's all at the end. We'll talk about that. But bro, I genuinely was watching it. Like, that's solid cinematography.
Yeah.
Like, I had actual goosebumps watching the show. But it's like, it's really hard for me to get scared, or it's really hard for me to feel emotions watching movies. Bruh, I almost teared up, bro. I almost teared up when his this is spoilers, by the way.
That wasn't a horror moment, though.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But I'm saying in
drama.
general, for me to feel something, like, it's really difficult. And so when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh shoot, like, what are these emotions right now? Like, I felt something when he lost his daughter.
That's because it's Pedro Pascal.
Word, no, he an actor.
Yeah.
He know how to act. You played the games, obviously. You played them before I did. It was weird because watching this, it felt like deja vu. Because I hadn't played the games in like 2 years, or the game in like 2 years. So I'm watching and I'm like, yo, why do I've done this before. Like, I'm watching, I'm like, this looks familiar.
Because he adapted it one-on-one, like.
Yeah, that was fire, bro. Like, from the truck scene to the all of that. What'd you think?
Played out, that was fire, bro. I was geeked. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. As long as they keep that going, don't mess it up. I would prefer if they stopped with a season 1.
Really?
Yes.
But The Last of Us Part 2 has, I haven't even gotten a chance to play The Last of Us Part 2.
And I would prefer if they just keep it as a season 1.
Oh, you didn't like Part 2?
Nah, I prefer if they just keep it as a season 1.
Oh, damn. You know that's not going to happen.
Yeah, they're going to milk it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen because...
I would 100% prefer if they keep it as season 1. Let it bask in all its glory. You feel me?
Yeah.
Don't.
So here's the thing, right?
They're going to lose a lot of viewers if they follow the second game.
And I've heard some stuff, and obviously we're not going to spoil the games, but I feel like this right here is genius, because I remember when we were in the middle, like deep into the pandemic, we probably mentioned this in group chats before. I was saying that what's going to happen is we're going to get a rise in pandemic movies. And so I was hoping that we would get a rise in zombie movies. And so this actually got picked up in the middle of the pandemic. I remember that's when they bought the property.
Shout out HBO Max for giving us some zombie movies.
Bro, finally we got something coming back in.
Army of the Dead.
There's another one?
Army of the Dead came out already. Zack Snyder.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking about more like newer ones, like new stories.
Oh, no, that was Netflix. My fault.
And that was Army of the Dead. I was thinking Dawn of the Dead. But yeah, during quarantine, during the pandemic, they was buying up zombie properties, pandemic properties. Honestly, I think this is genius, dropping this film. Obviously, like that very first sequence talking about what's happening, it was like surreal, because it's like, obviously that's what happened with us. It was like, yeah, don't worry about it. And then even on the radio, you hear whispers of it. I saw the episode twice.
I did too.
And I thought it was cool because you notice little things, right? Like when he was before he was eating breakfast, he was looking for the time. And so he goes, because he doesn't have a watch. And then later on, he gets the watch and stuff like that. So I think it's cool. And then the very end of the episode, oh my goodness, I got goosebumps, bro. When he just he got that little PTSD moment, and he was like, I'm not letting this happen again. Yeah. You feel me?
Bro, you know what blew my shit with that scene? Joel, I'm like, bro, what is she yelling for? Like,
No, she made it hot.
she said, draw. I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
She made it mad
That
hot.
was so unnecessary, bro.
Nah, but you gotta think about it though. Nah. It made sense.
Bro, she said, look, this is 3 weeks old. She said, how long did you have this? I'm like, yo, relax.
Nah, you gotta think
Like,
about
are you
it
not
though.
listening? Like,
Nah, still, you gotta think about it. I'd be cautious too, bro.
I wouldn't, bro.
What?
No.
I'd be mad cautious, bro. Now, she was right to do that. I'm not mad at her.
Listen. There was rules put up of how long, depending on where you got bit, how fast you turn.
Mm-hmm.
The legs was a couple days, arms was a couple hours, neck was...
That's it. You
Yeah,
done.
feel me? It was in her arm. She was with Joel all day.
But
she would have shown even the slightest of symptoms. You're not just casually... Then out of nowhere, you're a zombie. You feel me? That's not how it works. Like
I still think that she was like
she would have
had her
shown
reason,
even the
bro.
slightest of symptoms. You feel me?
She still had
even
her
if she was drowsy. You feel me?
She still had her reasons, bro.
Nah,
she still
bro.
had her reasons,
not
bro.
to start screaming and literally not hear a single word that came after you screaming. She said, "This is 3 weeks old. How long did you have this?"
She was tweaking. She
like,
was
yo.
Am I bugging? She remind me of Kate Blanchett. Am I bugging?
Oh no.
You don't know who Kate Blanchett is. He's like, I'm not worried about it. She's the girl, woman that played Hela in Thor: Love and Thunder. Not Love and Thunder. Ragnarok.
Nah.
Tar, the movie Tar.
I know. No, she doesn't remind me of her.
Really?
Not at all. Doesn't even look alike.
What?
Maybe it's just because her face was beat the hell up.
Damn, chill. Don't do that.
Her face was beat the...
Yeah, but don't say Kate Blanchett's face is that.
No,
that's
I
what
was
I'm
talking about old girl from The Last of Us.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, yo, that show, bro, is a solid show. I'll give that episode a 10 out of 10.
I give it a 10 out of 10. I can't really find a flaw with it. Except for old girl screaming.
Come on, bro. I think it was solid, bro. I think it was solid. I really liked it. I want to see more. Let's get into it. Valve. We might finally be able to get ourselves a Portal and Half-Life movie.
Movie?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll take
TV
a Portal,
show.
I'll take
TV
a
show.
Portal TV show.
TV show. I think, here's another thing about The Last of Us that I think is really cool. The thing about The Last of Us being a TV show versus a video game, this is cool because it feels like reading a book. You know how when you read books and then you watch the adaptation, so when we watch Harry Potter, for example, the book is gonna have so much more information than the movie's gonna give us. Mm-hmm. This feels like the other way around, where like the video game...
They expanded upon it in the show.
You see what I'm saying? So now if we play the video game over again, it opens up the world a lot more. So I'm like, oh shoot, like I think that's the first time I'll say in like a visual format where it felt like more of a book.
Which is why I'm saying
it's the best one
God of
so
War
far.
should be 101.
I see it now. I didn't agree with it at first. But I could see it now.
I think we said we should wait until The Last of Us come out to...
Yeah, I see it now because you did specifically say that. And I was under the impression that, no, we should live in that world, but we should follow different stories. You get what I'm saying? But you're right. After seeing the way that episode 1 played out and hopefully seeing the way the rest of the episodes play out, I'm sure they'll take some creative liberties. Like, you know, they'll do some stuff there. But I just love how it opens up the world. You see the little, like, whatchamacallits in the mouth. You remember Mrs. Adler?
I don't think those look more like hair. During my first time, I thought it was like things. But during my second time watching it, it just looked like hair.
You think it's hair?
I think it was the old lady hair that she was eating.
Nah, it didn't look like it.
She was numbing on her skull,
bro. It was moving, bro.
It looked more like it was just hair.
I don't know,
That was after
bro.
my second view. My first view, I'm like, oh, tentacles. You feel me?
It looked like it was moving to me.
I feel you, Mrs. Adler.
So, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was cool. That suspense, she was making me angry. I'm like, bro, they said stay inside. Get in your house, please. Get in your house. Don't try to save the dog. Thankfully, the dad came just in time. Joel, he came just in time. Yo, that oneer was crazy. I saw somebody on Twitter.
That what?
The oneer, that's what they call it. The shots where it's just one shot and it follows with the plane. We spoke about it. There was somebody on Twitter like, oh, Bird Box did this back in 2020. Somebody was like, Last of Us did this back in 2013. Like, it did it before. Like, they were just following the video game.
I don't understand what he was trying to prove.
Because they were trying to prove, like, they were trying to say, like, it was a reference to Bird Box. Or no, Quiet Place, my fault. It was a reference to A Quiet Place. But A Quiet Place, if anything, A Quiet Place took heavy inspiration from the video game.
I was about to say, Quiet Place wasn't the first person to do that, because Power Rangers did it too. That's a terrible point they trying to
Power
prove.
Rangers did it too?
Yeah,
remember.
in the movie, the one that came out recently.
Yeah.
Before when Bro got into the car accident at the beginning of the movie.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't remember that, but I do remember specifically like with movies like Annihilation, A Quiet Place, they take heavy inspiration from The Last of Us because there's specific, I mean, there's no spoilers or anything like that, but in the games, there are different types of, are they clickers?
Different types of zombies.
Yeah, we could call them zombies. And one of them is basically like A Quiet Place. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this plays out. The acting is just great. Pedro Pascal is great.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
No, he's him.
The little girl, he said he's him. What's the little girl's name?
Ellie?
Not Ellie, the
I don't know her real
actor. She's great too. She's a great actor.
I don't really care for her, but I don't hate her. There's people on the internet that literally hate her.
Really?
They want her replaced. They be like, yo,
Why?
I love this show, but they need a different actress as Ellie because she doesn't look like her.
Here we does Pedro Pascal look like Joel?
He does.
No, he doesn't, bro. No, he doesn't.
He does.
Pedro Pascal does not look like
he
Joel.
does, bro.
He has the gray hair and the costume, and that's it.
Yo, he looks just like him.
No, he doesn't, bro. I'm sorry. I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Slightly Spanish version.
And then what? You want to get... Yeah, exactly. I personally don't care for what she looks like. I think it matters. It's always, I don't know, like it just comes down to the acting, bro. I think she's a good actor. So
No,
it's
I
like,
agree.
what are people complaining about, bro? This is why we can't get anything.
This is why we
What are
can't
they
get nothing
complaining
good. No,
about?
I'm on your side. I agree.
But yeah, Last of Us was a pretty good show. I liked episode 1. I thought episode 1 was dope. What did you guys think about The Last of Us episode 1? Are you guys tuning in? How do you guys feel about it? Do you think it's a good adaptation? I think you guys should stick around because pretty soon we're going to be dropping an episode 2 review. So we hope to see you there. And we'll see you in the next encounter.